Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your love story tarot reading. This is going to be for November 2019. And Capricorn, we have Venus moving into Sagittarius. So this is bringing an emphasis and focus on our true soul connections, not the superficial, not the phony, not the fake, not the emotional, what we are connected to in our soul. And we have Mercury going retrograde in Scorpio. It's the last retrograde of the year for Mercury, and Mercury brings the past back. It's unfinished business. It's a reassessment, reevaluation, and in that process there is healing, purging, release, and for some there is reconciliation and reunions. So Capricorn, I'm going to start by pulling two cards. Each card is to represent the two different energies in this love story, you and the other person, or, if you're single and dating a couple people, this could just be two different scenarios coming through for you. So apply it how it fits best for you and your situation. All right, Capricorn, let's see what is going on in the love department for you guys. Blame and regrets. Okay, so because these cards are, they're definitely mirroring each other. They're a similar type of vibration and energy. And so because of that, Capricorn, what I feel this is like November is a time for you and another person to really have good heart-to-heart conversations, talk about stuff that, we sweep under the rug, or tiptoeing around on eggshells, or not speaking true heart and true mind, so that we don't rock the boat or get rejected, things like that. That is the energy that you guys have been dealing with, at least the people that this reading is for. And now in November, what's happening is through this retrograde, Venus moving into Sagittarius, it's like the mask comes off and this is me and this is how I really feel and this is what I really think, and you either accept it or you don't accept it. This could also be where walls come down and somebody finally just opens up and becomes very vulnerable and expresses, the depth of themselves that they've kept hidden for quite some time. This could be in an existing committed connection. This could be going on in a relationship that isn't quite committed. It's got history to it, but maybe it's not committed right now. Or, this could be for some of you who are actually broken up from somebody. This is not new love, these first two cards. So let's pull some more cards here to dig a little bit deeper about these two energies. They're definitely mirroring each other, and the person that really screwed up here feels it and knows it. Eight of Cups. This is like walking away, breaking up, moving forward, moving on. Now, don't be alarmed. Let's get more into this reading, because that can mean several things. And now we have the Emperor coming through over here with regret. Capricorn, I feel for most of you, this is talking about a relationship that is broken up. It's just because we have the Eight of Cups with blame, and then over on the other side we have the Emperor with regret. This is like this person saying over here, you really screwed up. I can't take this anymore. I'm out. I'm walking away. It's over. I'm done. Departure. And now over here with the Emperor and regret, this is somebody who is really owning up to themselves and their behavior and what they've done, feeling the remorse and feeling shame for it, wishing they could make it right, say the right things, do the right things. And if this is not a relationship that's broken up, if you guys are together, then this to me, this Eight of Cups would represent like there's something that happened in the past, like in 2019, that was like painful, tragic, traumatic, something within this connection here. And instead of like really talking about it, it was like swept under the rug, or somebody felt very ignored and not very supportive. And now in November, it's like all this is coming to the surface and we're having these conversations about it. So if this is where we're still together, these things are coming up and coming out. And the person who wasn't supportive or was mean, wrong, selfish, whatever, is really going to own up to that. And this side, which I feel has been a bit more submissive, is really going to become assertive, speak their mind all the way from their core. Like, this is me, take it or leave it. I don't care anymore. Like, I can't tiptoe on eggshells for you. I can't be this or that. If you want me to be those things, I'm me. So rather than like breaking up, I see we're finally overcoming different things we've swept under the rug, or things that may have really challenged and threatened the relationship, finally overcoming it because somebody's really owning up to their behavior and who they are. And if we're broken up, this could be a high probability of some sort of reconciliation, or at least a conversation where one side is like, hey, I was wrong in this and I want you to know that and I'm sorry. Because sometimes all we need is that acknowledgement for the closure so that we can move on. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards, Capricorn. Ooh, look at that. Emotional baggage. True self. Wow. If that's not like confirmation of what we already got in these first few cards. Healing soulmate connection. I like to see that. Another confirmation, like overcoming. Repeating signs. And lastly, reaching out. Look at that, Capricorn. Yeah. Existing commitments. You guys, it's like the masks are finally coming off with true self, and things that hurt in the past that maybe we didn't discuss or just swept under the rug. We're going to finally talk about that because it's time to heal. All right. It truly is. And you guys are meant to like grow stronger from the past experiences that have really tested you and pushed you to this point of, look, this is who I am. This is how I feel about, you know, everything that's going on right now and these different things that happened in the past. And you need to accept it, or, you know, I'm out of here. There's just a big shift in one person becoming quite assertive, which in turn forces the other person to take a deeper look at themselves and, you know, face the shadow within and take ownership and accountability for their behavior and their actions, which I see happening. Now, for those of you who are broken up and disconnected, look at that. I see such synchronicity. Here is a pair of hands holding a damaged heart. And then these two cards come out towards the end. If I could get them to, there we go. And it's like they're reaching for each other. Do you see that? And there's a heart, a healed heart in her hand, where no longer the bandage on the broken heart being cradled. So this is like a representation of both of you, where it's mutual, equal damage. You both hurt. You both are sad, despite who is at fault. All right. And now with all this astrology and the way things are changing, you know, as Mercury retrogrades through Scorpio and we're facing the truth about ourselves, it's like we're reaching for each other. We're reaching out. So I definitely feel those of you who are broken up, there is some sort of communication or reconnection going on here. And it could just be, you know, to clear the air, for this person to take accountability, ownership of their actions, etc. Or it could be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I don't want to lose you. I want, you know, this to work out. But it's like you guys are reaching for each other equally. And this, to me, is representing a healing that's taking place either within you or within both of you. And then those of you who are committed, absolutely, in both of you, as well as the relationship itself. So let's pull some more tarot. And here is the card that represents you. This is coming out under emotional baggage. So Capricorn, for many of you, I feel you guys are the ones that, you know, have been kind of hurt and injured and like, hey, I'm out of here if this doesn't change, things like that. You know, or this could be where you really lost your temper, or you did some things that you severely regret now, and at the time it didn't emotionally hurt you. It only hurt, you know, your person you were involved with. But now, you know, broken up, it impacts you, it hurts you. Or if we're still together, it's like empathy. The one who inflicted the wound is now feeling the pain of the other. And that's kind of been a repetitive theme throughout all these love stories for November. So I know there's a lot of healing and ownership and shadow work that's taking place, and people having this desire to right their wrongs and give apologies and do their best to make things right. And that's coming through so strongly in your reading as well, Capricorn. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because look at, we've got the 10 of Cups, and this is like, you know, the match made in heaven, the marriage of souls, and history attached with this 10 of Cups. And this is like, in order for us to move forward, we've got to take the mask off and really reveal ourselves, our desires, our sadnesses, and overcome the things that we sweep under the rug so that we're not rocking the boat. King of Cups. This could be a water sign you are dealing with, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Next we have the Knight of Wands, I'm sorry, the Page of Wands, and this speaks for itself 100, because Scorpio is 8th house energy, and that's, you know, notorious for the phoenix rising out of the ashes. In the 8th house there, the major transformation, the purification, and this card in this position opposed to this position is all about like soul. I need the realness, the authenticity, what's going on under the surface, whether it's pretty or ugly. That's what I need from you. I don't want you to just tell me what you think I want to hear or what the right thing is to say to prevent a fight. It's like the masks are coming off, the gloves are coming off, and it's connection soul to soul. And in that space, there's just a different sort of communication that unfolds between you and this person, whether we're together or we're broken up, and now we're actually having a conversation with each other again. Yeah. 5 of Swords, and this coming out right under reaching out. And in this position, it's, I'm sorry, I effed up. I want to make this right. I need you to know that it mattered to me. I feel it. I've emotionally matured and grown through this, you know, experience, my behavior, everything that's happened. So Capricorn, this is quite lovely. You know, some of you may have gotten to the point where you put your foot down and you were like, if this doesn't change, I'm out. And maybe you did have to end the situation, the relationship, and that, you know, is hard. I get it. But it was like the catalyst for the other person involved to really have an awakening to their self and their behavior and what they were doing. And, you know, in that process, there's also an awakening happening for you, an empowerment happening for you. And, you know, this is a general reading, so it could absolutely go the other way. There could have been some ultimatums slapped on you, Capricorn. If you don't change XYZ, I'm out of here. And you are the one now having this epiphany, taking ownership and accountability. Like, that's the the biggest thing here is like ownership and accountability. And through that, it's like healing and mending takes place in the evolution of a connection. It's quite beautiful. All right, I just dropped a card, so let me grab that. And this says unknown. And this sucker has kept popping out as well. Okay, so I'm going to pull some heart and soul conversation cards, and these are messages that have never been spoken. It exists in the heart and soul of who you are involved with, or in, you know, for some of you who you're broken up with at this time, just based on this reading here. And the one that jumped out is unknown, and this says we have a contract to fulfill. This is impacting what is happening for you right now. So many of you, there was a karmic situation, maybe even a third party situation, but there was some karmic energy that had to be resolved. And, you know, it's intense, it's challenging. This is coming out under the devil. And that has been completed. Like, it's done, it's over. Whether that was on your behalf or the behalf of the person that you are connected to, there's either like a third party type of situation, a karmic relationship that had to be completed and resolved, because in that relationship, that's where a lot of the emotional maturity has come into play, as well as the realization of this person is way better for me, like what was I thinking type of energy. So it's not, you know, nothing is ever a wasted experience. And so if this was about a karmic relationship, third party type of thing, it's been complete, it's resolved, it's over. And that is now allowing, you know, the reconnection of this relationship. Or if we never broke up, you know, this is resolved and it falls away. And ultimately, it may have destroyed or put a lot of destruction within the connection, but now it's like it's time for that connection to rise from the ash as the phoenix into a different version, a much stronger version of self. So let's pull some more messages. Unknown. I'm a lifetime connection you haven't met yet. So Capricorn, this coming out, this isn't really about romance. You know, some of you, it may be like you've faced, like you've lost certain friendships or family connections based on, you know, who you want to be with here, or vice versa. This here, or, ooh, yeah, this new version of yourselves, or this coming back together, it's like it may alienate a lot of people in your lives, but this is spirit coming in saying, listen, as this new version of yourselves, there's new people that you're going to meet that are not toxic to your relationship, that will actually help heal you guys and support you guys, speak wisdom to you guys, all right? So there's some important people that are coming into your life down the road, especially around your relationship and connection. Next out is a soul message. My perception is beginning to change. Give me time to grow. A perfect message right here, like finally taking ownership, accountability, the mask coming off. Let's be real. Let's be authentic with each other. Next is another unknown message. I'm the reason it didn't work with anyone else. Wait until we meet. Okay, Capricorn, this popping out, some of you with this like breakup here, this reaching out may just be like the closure, you know, that I talked about earlier, where somebody's taking ownership and accountability of their behavior, which ultimately allows freedom for you, okay? And there is somebody important in your life up ahead, a new romance that this person is not somebody you have met in this lifetime yet, but you guys have shared lifetimes together before. So these two messages paired up, I'm a lifetime connection you haven't met yet, and I'm the reason it didn't work with anyone else. Wait until we meet. Whew, Capricorn, you are stepping into a whole new world. This person, this new romance up ahead, after you resolve this with the ex, is beautiful. It's perfect. It's the mature, evolved version of love that you are growing into based on all the experience that you've had with this particular person as well as other past relationships. So some Capricorns, I do feel you are going to hear from an ex, but it's more about closure. Some of you will, get back together. Obviously, this is a general reading, so that's a given. But those of you where this is just for the closure, no, there's a very special soulmate, and we have healing soulmate connection right there at the middle of the reading. Very special soulmate on your path up ahead. Strong probability of it being a water sign. Next out is your tribe. You need to recover. It's hard for me to see you hurting so much. So this is the people that love and care about you. And I feel this is really about the breakup. They don't want you to be with this ex. They don't want you to be with anybody else right now. They really feel that you need a lot of healing and time for recovery based on what you've been through with this person. Now, for some of you who are in committed relationships or you are getting back with this ex, this card could represent that, they're going to walk away from you because they don't condone like this relationship or this relationship coming back together or you sticking it out with this relationship. And the thing is, Capricorn, you've got to do what's best for you. And, with these two unknown cards, I really feel those of you who do lose friends and family because they don't want you guys to be together, you will create a family through friends up ahead, all right? So don't let that be a factor in causing you guys friction or heartache or harm anymore. That might have been like what it was the whole time through. But it's time to choose your love and choose each other. There's healing coming in, and you won't feel so alone. There's another family, a soul family up ahead. And for others of you who are broken up from this person, I do feel you're definitely going to have a conversation. But some of you, it's so that you can finally be free because there is a very special soulmate just up ahead, okay? So those are your messages, Capricorn. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.